We're back right now. Why are we back? Why are we back, Jake? We said we were done.
That part.
Oh, I'm taking that part. We're back. Not for real. But we're back for the set release. We felt bad. We didn't want to leave. We obviously quit the weekly pod. It's over. We announced that, and everyone was super supportive, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we're back to do some card evaluations.
Yeah, set review.
For the new set. Yeah, we're doing a set review. We didn't want to leave you guys hanging. And also, we're sellouts.
Yeah.
Which leads us to our next point.
Yeah. This set review is brought to you by the Wasteland Gaming. Shimmering Skies is just around the corner, and the Wasteland Gaming has got you covered. With a wide selection of sealed products and the latest singles, they are your one-stop shop for all things Lorcana. Wasteland Gaming has the largest selection of TCG singles in Georgia, so whether you're shopping online or in store, they can help you find exactly what you're looking for. In celebration of Shimmering Skies, Wasteland is offering a limited-time promo code for booster box pre-orders. Use code 40born10 at checkout to get $10 store credit back when you buy a Shimmering Skies booster box. And August 9th, be sure to stop by their Duluth location to pick up everything you need, then battle it out with other players in their Shimmering Skies release day event. Check out all this and more at thewastelandgaming.com or follow them on Instagram, Facebook, or X.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
We should maybe split that up on the next one.
What?
It's a lot to read.
Oh, yeah. Well, 40born10. So just
we have
the
a code.
Name. Letters, not numbers. 10. You use that, you get a $10 store credit, so you buy a box, and you get an extra $10 that you could spend on singles or, packs or whatever. And, yeah. Help them out, help us out.
Letters on 40born. Yes. Numbers on 10.
FORTY 10. But,
born, you forgot the born, though.
Yeah, 40, sorry. FORTYBORN 10. Ben 10.
It took like 2 weeks, 1 week of being off, and we're just rusty.
Nah, dude. Hey, we really appreciate everybody's feedback. I guess feedback.
Feedback, support, kind words, yeah.
We got some nice emails. We got some nice tweets. People have been super generous with their kind words. And yeah, I said this on Twitter, but if I knew how much attention we'd get, I would have quit sooner.
Yeah.
No, the weekly show is over, but we will still make stuff when we want to.
Yeah.
And we wanted to. We wanted to review the cards, and the Wasteland actually reached out to us about sponsoring this, and we were like, well, we're open to the conversation, and so you can really thank them and show your appreciation by going to buy some stuff through their website. They're a great company. They're doing a sealed event on Friday. I'm going to try to go. It will be like my first serious venture away from Ada and Sky. But we're at the 6-week point today. Sky got the clear. She can exercise. She can drive. Okay. She can lift more than 10 pounds.
That's huge.
Yeah, she's a free woman. All right, dude, you're back at school. How's that going?
Day one with kids. It was great. I'm actually really excited. I was having a hard time going back, as I'm sure a lot of educators may have felt at some point. But once the kids come back, you're like, okay, like this is going to be all right. And I get excited all over again. So
nice.
Yeah.
You remember why you do it?
Exactly.
You are a sellout. It's for the retirement.
It's for the retirement.
How many more years?
Everyone's into it for the retirement. How many more years?
Oh, until you get that 10-year thing.
This year and 3 more. So 4 school years.
I think 4 would be what most people would say.
Yeah, you're right. 4. And then just like 23 more to retire.
Easy peasy. Okay, so we're talking about Shimmering Skies. Normally for our set reviews, we start with Amber. We're going to start with Amethyst this time.
Okay, wow. Really throw a wrench into things, you know?
Yeah, new...
I was all prepped for Amber.
Yeah, well, now we're looking at purple cards, so sorry about that. We're going to talk about the commons, the uncommons, and the rares. I'm going to try to move quickly because we've seen that the shorter our videos are, the better they perform. And at this point, we've said a lot of the same stuff about the same type of cards. Like, I don't need to rehash the benefits of a 2-3 versus a 3-2. I'll touch on some things that come up. There's a few themes that I think are important to know in this format. And we will get into that now. So there is a lot of uninkables in this format, especially in the rare slot. 31 out of the 48 rares are uninkable.
Ooh.
So you have to be really tight with your uninkables in this set. Normally we say no more than 8. That's still true, but every one of those 8 needs to count if you're
Yeah.
going to do that. Now you can go over. This is just a rule of thumb based on a little bit of math. But in the last set, I think 16 of the rares were uninkable. Yeah, so almost double the number of rares in this format
Wow.
are uninkable, and so there's gonna be a lot of cards that you want to pick first that are uninkable.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So we're also going to be a little bit tougher on uninkable cards. So keep that in mind as you're drafting. And then I also was going to bring up, there's a lot of 1 strength characters. In general, 1 strength is a big problem because they don't impact the board state enough. So there's several cards in this format that would be good if they had an extra point of strength, but they really get knocked down because a 1/3 doesn't really do much on
No.
turn 10.
Right.
All right. You ready to start talking?
I'm so ready.
You want to go over our scale one time? And we're only going to do it once. We're not going to do it every episode.
Whoa, just once?
Yeah.
Why don't you go over our scale?
Okay. So we do a A to F scale. A, B, C, D, F. No E's because we're in the United States. A's are bombs. These are really good cards. They go in any deck. You want to pick them first. They usually have a huge impact on the game by themselves.
Yep.
B, these are really good cards. You're happy to pick them. They have really good keywords like evasive. They're usually inkable. Maybe sometimes they have removal or card draw. Usually a B is worth more than 1 card's worth of value. That's why we give it a B. C's are your bread and butter of limited. This is going to be the bulk of your deck. They're not bad. They're average. Half of your deck is probably going to be C's in draft and sealed. D's are below average. Maybe they're too situational. Maybe they're uninkable. Maybe they're just understated or the abilities are too niche. That's a D.
Wait, I know this last one. F.
There you go.
F's are the bad cards. You don't want these in your limited deck at all. Think of it. What does that say?
If
It's not Baroque.
If it's not Baroque is a good example of an F.
Yes, just don't put them in your deck, no matter what.
Nah. All right, dude. You ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready. Let's go.
I was going to ask. So, you know how every set has a theme?
Yes.
I want you at the end of this set review to try to guess to me, actually at the end of every episode, say what do you think the theme of the set is.
Fun. Okay, the whole
Do you
set.
know what the set is?
Shimmering Skies.
Yeah, so End of the Inklands was like Indiana Jones, where Adventurers, Ursula's Return was about like fighting Ursula.
Honestly, didn't catch any of that.
Okay, well this set has a theme, and I'm going to see if you can guess it.
Okay.
And my money says no.
Every color I'll guess a new guess.
Yes. And
Okay.
every kiss begins with K.
And that I'll never
40
forget.
born 10. All right, so up first, the knock.
Okay.
Mythical Spirit. You pay 6 for a 5/5 that quests for 1. When you play this character, you may move up to 2 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character.
Okay.
This is really good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, because 5/5 is a big body on the board, and you also get to heal one of your characters and damage an opposing character.
It's nice.
It's very good. So this is like situational removal attached to a 5/5. This is a B-.
Yeah, and it happens right when you play it.
Yep.
That's great. Tell me what that movie is, Jake.
Babadook. Up next, Cogsworth, a Luminary Watchman. You pay 1 for a 1/1 that quests for 1. When you play this character, chosen character gains Rush this turn. So that's fun. You
Yeah.
play it and you can give something else Rush. So if you play him and something else, you target that thing and now it has Rush.
Okay.
So it's cool. I have this at like a C. We like Rush and we like that it's attached to a body.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure that the 1/1/1 warrants like a whole card.
Right.
But I do like this better than Croquet Mallet, which is like that attached to an item.
Yes.
I'd rather have it attached to a character.
Correct. Yeah. Cool.
So that's a C.
Average.
Up next, Merlin Turtle. Am I turtly enough for the Turtle Club? You remember that
Yeah,
movie?
it's a real. Yeah.
I don't think anyone under the age of 30.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 29.
Yours-
Anyone
yeah.
under the age of 28 is going to understand that reference. All right, Merlin Turtle. You pay 4 for a 3/3 that quests for 2. When you play this character and when he leaves play, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put one on the top of your deck and the other on the bottom. So this is awesome because you can set up your next turn's draw, and you can get the worst of the 2 cards out of the way. So it happens when you play him and when he leaves.
And when he leaves. I thought that was like only when he leaves, but you also
No.
do it when you play him. That's
Yeah.
nice. I like that.
So if he gets banished or if you bounce him, there's a lot of bounce stuff in the set. He's good. So he's a C+. I mean, it's not going to win you the game, but it's good value. And a 3/3 that quests for 2 is fine.
You know, I was gonna say C+. I didn't even look at your notes. So
Wow, dude.
Look at me.
You're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, Archimedes Exasperated Owl. You pay 3 for a 2/2/2 with evasive. It's a B minus.
Cool. Love evasive.
Evasive is always good.
Mm-hmm.
There's, I think, 9 evasives in the format, and this one dies to most of them, but it's kind of aggressive, you know, like you can quest for 2 each turn. I like it. It's a B minus.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, a better evasive.
Ooh.
And a cuter one.
Wow.
Bruni. So you pay 4 for a 2/2 that quests for 2 with evasive. When this character is banished, you may draw a card.
Oh.
So you compare this to the one that we just saw. It's the exact same thing, but when it's banished, you draw a card, and you just pay 1 more ink. This is a B.
That's great, dude.
This is like maybe a B plus. I'm going with B.
So cute.
Super cute, super good. What
no
movie is
idea.
this from?
Not a clue what that's from, dude.
It's from Bruise Clues. Up next, we have Earth Giant.
Oh, scary.
You
Living
pay
mountain.
4 for thank you. You pay 4 for a 4/5 that quests for 2. When you play this character, each opponent draws a card.
Ooh.
So this is overstated, but your opponent gets to draw a card. I think this is like a D. You don't really want your opponents to be drawing cards.
Yeah.
And I get that this has more stats than you would expect to get. We would expect to get a 3/4 that quests for 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm giving my opponent a card, and all I get is 1 extra strength and 1 extra willpower.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, I don't like that exchange.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about the stock exchange today.
Speaking of exchanges.
Start your day trading life with us using code 40born10. All right, up next, Gale. I really like this.
Yeah.
You pay 3 for a 1/2 that quests for 2. When this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand. So you play it, and as long as it's banished in a challenge, it just comes back to your hand. If they shoot it and with removal, then it doesn't come back. But
Okay.
yeah, it's good.
I get it, but I don't like it.
No, it's not exciting, but it's good.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you have support, you know, like if you have support and ways to increase strength.
Correct.
This is a B minus.
It does good stuff. I'm just like, do I want to pick up a card with leaves on it? And honestly, it doesn't even look bad. The art's good. It's a card with leaves.
So no leaves on your cards. If there's a leafy, you're not interested.
I just want more than leaves.
Gale's good. It's good in an aggro deck or not in one. I think there might be a viable aggro deck in this format. There's like several cards that quest for 2, so we'll see. If so, Gale fits into that, and if not, Gale's good with support or just hitting something for 1 and it comes back to your hand.
Sure.
Yeah. Up next, White Rabbit. Pay 3 for a 3/4/1. This is a C.
Mm-hmm.
It's vanilla.
Yes.
We like it.
We do.
Fern loves it. She's barking. Fern, be quiet. Up next, Luisa Madrigal. Entertaining Muscle. You pay 6 for a 4/8 that quests for 3.
4/8.
Yes. It is uninkable, but it's worth it. This is like a B minus. It's just a pile of stats. You drop this on turn 6, that's a big problem.
Yeah, she's strong.
Yeah, uninkable hurts here, especially when we're concerned about our uninkable count.
Mm-hmm.
But in the natural progression of a game, you can get to 6 ink if you ink a card and play a card every turn.
Yeah.
So I like Luisa. This is a great way to take control of the board and take control of the game on turn 6.
Looks like she might be under a bit of pressure, though.
I think she's juggling donkeys.
They know. Big Disney guy.
Up next, Anna, Mystical
Anna.
Majesty. You pay 7 for a 4/5 that quests for 2. She has Shift 4. When you play this character, exert all opposing characters. Whoa. So this is a C plus because she's uninkable and costs 7. The ability is really good. Like if you're in a parity situation where you and your opponent both have like the same number of characters on the board, so you're not really questing a bunch, you don't really have control of the game. Anna is a great way to blindside your opponent and just take out multiple things at once. So it's really good, but the uninkable and the fact that it costs 7 really hurts here.
Hard.
And like we say in every set review, we don't really care about shift in limited because the chances that you have this and an Anna that you can shift it on are very low. Mm-hmm. So it's relevant every once in a while, but we don't prioritize other cards just so that we can shift better cards.
Yeah.
Usually.
Just hard to make happen in limited.
Yeah. Up next, another Archimedes. You pay 5 for a 1/4 that quests for 2. It has Shift 3, Evasive, and Challenger 3. So this is good.
Yeah.
This is like a worse version of Don Carnage that we had because he was just a straight up 4/4 that quests for 2. But he was incredible.
Yeah.
So this is, I would say, a B because if you control the evasive side of the board, like you have evasives and your opponent does not, you get to quest for 2. If they have something out, then this can threaten the other evasives in the set.
Yeah.
So
Good card.
I like the Lightning Owl.
B.
B, just straight up B. Up next, Olaf, Happy Passenger. So this is the first one that we're seeing in a cycle of cards that every color has a 9-cost uninkable that is just like a pile of stats, but its cost can be reduced in a way that's specific to that color.
Okay.
Olaf, Happy Passenger is a 6/6/3 with evasive. And for each character your opponents have in play, for each exerted character your opponents have in play, you can pay 1 less to play this character.
Wow.
So we don't like expensive uninkables, but in a normal game, we just need to consider how likely can we play this for like 6. And I don't know. I think there are plenty of games where my opponent has 3 exerted characters, and in that situation, I'm probably behind, and in that situation, a big 6/6/3 evasive is a good way to get back into the game. So this is a B, maybe a B plus. I think that it's I think Olaf is really good.
Imagine an Anna into Olaf, dude. Just wrecking people.
That would be really. that would be great. You'd need a lot of ink for that.
Yeah.
But imagine, Olaf is good. I would say a B or a B plus. I don't know.
Maybe not too much ink. Maybe you just exert 5 characters and you need a lot of ink.
Yeah, your opponent.
You need a lot of ink.
Needs to have a lot of characters on board, and you're in a bad spot. But I'll say B plus just because this is better when you're behind, and we care about that.
Yeah.
Up next, Maleficent, Vexed Partygoer. You pay 3 for a 0/4/2. Whenever this character quests, you can choose and discard a card to return chosen character, item, or location with cost 3 or less to their player's hand. This is like a D because it's kind of hard to evaluate, but in general, we value our cards and hand very highly. And just discarding a card to bounce something, either one of your things or one of your opponent's things, I'd rather just have the card.
Yeah.
And she's really easy to banish in return because she has 0 strength.
Right.
So that's a D.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's just a very confusing ability.
Yeah. Way too many words for you.
Yeah.
No words on this one.
This is a great card.
Monstro, Whale of a Whale. You pay 5 for a 5/6 that quests for 1.
Wow.
This is a B minus. On turn 4 and 5, we want to be dropping a big blob of stats so that we can get control of the board in the early game. This is the best version of that on turn 5.
Monstro. I gotta say, Ivan, that is up there right now for the best art.
I like Monstro. It
looks great.
Yeah, so that's a B minus. It's not exciting, but that's how you win games of limited.
Yeah.
Up next, Magicka Dispel, Cruel Sorceress. You pay 4 for a 2/5/1. During opponent's turns, if an effect would cause you to discard 1 or more cards from your hand, you do not discard.
Okay.
This is like a C minus. If you compare this to a normal 4-drop vanilla, we're losing 1 body point. We expect to get like a 3/5, but we're getting a 2/5 instead. And there's not many effects that make us discard in this format. So this will be good in constructed to keep you from having to discard.
Yeah.
But in limited, discard's not that common.
Okay.
So you'd rather just have the 3/5 that quest for 1. So this is a C minus.
Okay. All right.
Next, I think there's 3 versions of this card in the set. It's a vanilla, Maleficent, Vengeful Sorceress. You pay 2 for a 2/2/2. That's it.
Okay.
It's a C.
Yep.
I'd rather have a 2/3 or a 3/2 that quests for 1. But if you want to go fast, these 2/2/2s will let you go fast.
True.
So I don't love them, but they're a C.
They're average.
Yeah. Up next, Rafiki. I really like the art on this.
Yeah.
No leaves, so you'll play it.
Oh, yeah, I'm in.
Rafiki Shaman Duelist. You pay 4 for a 1/4/2. It has Rush, and when you play this character, he gains Challenger +4 this turn. This is like a B. It is uninkable, which is tough, but he will have like one of 2 uses. You just hit something for 5, and he dies, and I'm fine to pay 4 to like take something out that has 5.
That's a 5, yeah.
Yeah, because that's usually something good that I want to take out. In the other situations, I pay 4 and he takes out something small, and then I have a 2 lore quester that sits on the board after that. Because he only has Challenger the turn that he's played.
Right.
You can also bounce Rafiki and play him again, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Rafiki is good. I have him at a B.
Nice.
We like removal in the set, and there's not much great removal, so Rafiki's about as good as we can get. Up next, Ana, Eager Acolyte. You pay 3 for a 1/3/1. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready characters. This is not very good because it is uninkable and your opponent gets to pick what they exert. You have no control, and then the body is weak. A 1/3 that quests for 1 is not very good. So this is a D.
Yeah, I know that's a feather and not a leaf, but they just feel like they're in the same family. You know?
Yeah, it's close enough. Any floating substance in the air, you're out.
I'm out.
All right, up next. I notice I say up next in between every card.
Oh, everyone?
In between everyone, but it's because it makes it so much easier to edit. Because I can just search in the script for Command F up next, and then it, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry if that's annoying. It helps us.
Yeah, or now that I pointed it out, it's like people won't be able to stop
hearing it. I bet nobody noticed it now. They're just going to be like, oh god, up next, up next.
Up next, King of Hearts, Monarch of Wonderland. You pay 4 for a 1/4 that quests for 2. It has an ability called Pleasing the Queen. You can exert the King of Hearts. Chosen exerted character cannot ready at the start of their next turn. So I really like this card, actually, even though it only has 1 strength. And I might be overvaluing it, but I think it's like a B-, because I imagine playing against this would be incredibly obnoxious. Like, you're really... When you have this on the board, your opponent is disincentivized from using their big threats, because then you can just freeze it with the King of Hearts. Like, let's say that they have the 6/6/3 evasive Olaf on the board. If they quest with it to gain 3, then I can now basically freeze it every turn with King of Hearts, as long as I have a way to protect King of Hearts.
Yeah,
you know? It's a little bit situational, but King of Hearts lets you just slow your opponent down, and I think it's disruptive enough, and it can quest for 2 whenever the door is open.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm not totally sure why they called that ability that, but it seems a little risque, Disney. I'm not gonna go into details, but
this is a family show.
Okay, all right.
Up next, Hypnotic Strength. You pay 2 for an action. Draw a card. Chosen character gets Challenger 2 this turn. I have this at a B-. It is cheap. It's inkable. It replaces itself, and it's a combat trick. You give something Challenger, and you get to draw a card.
If anyone ever played the Super Nintendo Aladdin game, this card is just giving me some incredible flashbacks to that game.
Deep cut. Once again, nobody under 30 will understand this reference. Up next, Finders Keepers, Losers Weepers. 5 costs 5 for an action, draw 3 cards. So this is boring, but good. I have this at a B.
Okay.
We really like to draw cards, and we frequently have extra ink in limited. You don't play this on turn 5. You would play this, on turn 8 or 9. Draw 3 cards, play something. Finders Keepers is good.
Okay.
And it's inkable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not exciting, but good. But I get excited when I draw cards, so
yeah,
maybe it is exciting.
I didn't think you were going to like that one as much as you do.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for drawing cards. It's how you win games of Lorcana Limited. Up next, We Know the Way. This makes me think of that. What was it? Do you know the way? You know that?
No.
Never mind. That's one for the people under the age of 30.
Is it from...
It's just some viral video of like some VR chat room where like this dude would be like, do you know the way?
No idea.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll cut that. You
Up
pay... We Know the Way. It's an action song. You pay 3. Shuffle chosen card from your discard into your deck. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it has the same name as the chosen card, you can play the revealed card for free. Otherwise, put it into your hand. So this is not good for us. It's like a D-. It's never going to hit. Like, we usually have 1 ofs in our deck, maybe 2 ofs in limited. So what are the chances that you actually name the right card? It's very, very low.
Yeah.
But it's an inkable song that draws a card. At the very least, it draws a card. So it's a D minus.
Songing. I bet there's a we should look at the grades for cards with like too many words on them. Like that card had too many words. And then
That
it's
does
a bad
have
card.
a lot of words.
So I feel like the more they have to explain themselves, I'm like, all right,
Well, this one only has 3 words. Let's see how it is.
okay.
Up next, gathering knowledge and wisdom. You pay 2 and you gain 2 lore.
You're gonna hate that card, dude.
It is uninkable and it is an F.
Yeah, I knew you'd hate it. You hate lore, dude. You hate gaining lore.
I hate cards that just gain lore because you know what else gains 2 lore?
A character.
A character that has a lore pip on it.
Yeah.
So this is not what you want to do. This is only good when you draw it and you have 18 lore. Outside of that, you'd literally rather just have a 1-drop character. So this is not good.
Bad card. Bad card. Bad name.
Don't fall for the trap. No. Up next, Magical Aid.
This is a sweet looking card.
Yeah. I like to think this is us.
Which one am I? Aladdin.
Sure, I'll be Genie. Chosen character gets Challenger +3, and when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand this turn. So this is really good. I have Magical Aid at a B-. It's cheap, it's inkable, it replaces itself, and if you target a character that has a good when played trigger, then it's even better because you, like Rafiki or whatever, you target Rafiki with this, and then you throw him into something and kill that thing. Rafiki comes back to your hand, and you can play Rafiki again. So I really like Magical Aid, B-.
Nice.
All right, we are on to the items and locations.
Oh, wow. Exciting.
Up next, Retrosphere. You pay 1 for an item, and then you can pay 2 ink to banish the item. Return chosen character, item, or location with cost 3 or less to their player's hand. So this costs 3 ink and a card, and you get to bounce something. This is like a D. Spending a whole card and all it does is bounce something is not worth it. We like bounce abilities when they're attached to characters.
I hate the idea of spending an ink to play a card and then spending 2 ink to banish that card.
Yeah.
I really hate that.
Feels bad.
It does.
Yeah, it's not a good card. It's a D.
Okay.
Up next, Half Hexwell Crown. You pay 6 for an item. You can exert it and pay 2 to draw a card, or you can exert it, pay 2, discard a card, and exert chosen character. So I like this.
Really?
Yeah. I have it at a B-. So
Explain yourself.
it is uninkable and it is expensive, but being able to draw a card every turn is very good, and being able to discard a card if you have to exert a character is a great way to control a board. So Half Hexwell Crown is good at like playing into like the long game a bit. If you're playing against an aggro deck, it's going to be tough, but if you can play this on turn 6, I think it's worth taking a turn off, because turn 7 you can pay 2 to draw a card and probably play whatever you just drew, and you're never going to run out of gas with the Hexwell Crown. We usually have extra ink at the end of our turn in Lorcana, or in Limited. This is a great way to spend your extra ink.
Okay. All right. I think you're a little high, but we'll see.
That could be, but I like drawing cards repeatedly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the ask is not that much in this situation.
Yeah.
Like
once you get it out there, yeah.
Yeah, once you play it, you can use it every turn after that, and it's worth it. It's a good deal.
Okay.
So yeah, B- on the Hexwell Crown.
All right.
There's actually some pretty good items in this format. So
Whoa,
yeah, call me crazy.
Somebody, what are we at? Somebody mark that. Jake just said there's good items.
Up next is a bad item.
He's losing it. That's why we had to quit.
So this set has a cycle of, how they have like every color has one of those 9-drop uninkables.
Yeah.
They also have a Chromacon.
Okay.
Each color has a different Chromacon, which is an item that you can exert. It's like a cheap item that you can, well, they're not all cheap. It's an item that you can exert each turn to do an effect, like a minor effect. Some of them are really good. Some of them are not very good. This one's not very good. So Amethyst Chromacon, you pay 2. You can exert this, and each player may draw a card. So I get to draw a card, and you get to draw a card.
Okay.
This is like a D. It's not very good because this is card disadvantage. I'm spinning a card, and then you and I both get to draw a card. I've now I've spent 1 card to get 1 card, and you spent 0 cards to get
To get a card, yeah.
And you can do this every turn. The only time where I would play this, and I feel like it would be justifiable, is in like a hyper aggressive deck, where it's like you just need to keep a steady supply of cards going.
To keep, yeah.
And even then, I don't think you're going to be able to get that aggressive in this draft format.
Yeah.
So it's a D.
Okay.
All right, and then last we'll finish with the locations. There's 2 locations in the format. The first one is Elsa's Ice Palace. You pay 3 for a 1. Sorry, let me expand it. You pay 3 for a 1/4 that gains 1 lore at the start of your turn. Sorry, I haven't read a location in a while. You pay 3 for a location. The movement cost is 1. It has 4 willpower, and you gain 1 lore at the start of your turn.
Okay.
When you play this location, choose an exerted character. While this location is in play, that character cannot ready at the start of their turn.
Okay.
This is really annoying to play against.
Yeah.
It is uninkable, but I think it's like a C+ because you get to freeze your opponent's biggest threat for like a turn or 2. It does die very easily. It only has 4 willpower, but if your opponent can immediately kill it, just don't play it yet.
Right.
Yeah, like just wait until you can get a little bit better board control.
Yep.
And it's not good when you're behind, but it's good in every other quadrant in quadrant theory.
Yep.
So if you're during development, I think you can slow your opponent down. When you're ahead, it's really annoying, and when you're at parity, it's a good way to remove their biggest threat.
I like this new mechanic. That's new, right? The freezing the exerted character.
So freeze is not new, but like this is new, where you have the freeze stipulation attached to a location.
Okay, yeah.
That's new.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Up next, this item is awesome. I think it might be the best item in the format.
Location.
This location is awesome. I think it might be the best location in the format.
Told you guys.
It's called the library. So you pay 3, the movement cost is 1, and it has 8 willpower. You gain 1 lore at the start of your turn. So 8 willpower is a good pile of willpower. Whenever a character is banished while here, you may draw a card. So don't play this on turn 3. You want to play this like on turn 6. Move a couple of characters, throw them into your opponent's characters, and draw cards.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the library is really good. We like proactive locations like this. We don't like the ones that just sit there and gain lore. We like the ones that will allow us to play them and immediately gain a benefit.
Yeah.
So this is a B. This is really good.
Nice.
Okie dokie. I think that's it. That is it. Those are the purple rares and under.
We did it.
Amethyst is really good in this format. I think it's maybe the strongest of the 6 colors.
Nice. It's only downhill from here.
No, there's some other good colors. Not Ruby. I don't think Ruby's very good in this format.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, what did I say we were going to do at the end?
I don't know if you did. Did you say something?
No.
Well,
I don't think so. But it's good to be back. And
temporarily.
Yeah, it's good to temporarily be back.
Shouts out to Wasteland.
Shouts out to them. Tomorrow we will, I don't know when we're going to release all these episodes. We're going to do our best to release them in a timely manner. But with Ada, the baby, I can't make promises. But we'll do Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Steel, and then we'll circle back to Amber at the end.
Cool.
So hopefully we get all 6 done. If not, it is what it is. We have a written version of our set review. You can check the show notes for that. And it has a review of all the cards. Legendary to common, everything.
Nice.
We don't talk about legendaries and super rares in these videos just to cut down on time and because they don't come up all that often.
Yeah.
And in general, they're pretty good. So
yeah.
Yeah, easy. Just take them.
Yeah. Always.
Well, some of them aren't very good.
Not always.
Sometimes. All right. Well, see you on the flippity flip.
Ta-ta.
No.